Good morning. What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin here, and today is an amazing morning because we are Bahamas bound. That is right. We are heading across west to West End, Bahamas, crossing the ocean for the very first time on this beautiful Blue Water 25T with the owners of Blue Water, Ken and Kelly. This is my first time ever doing the Florida to Bahamas crossing, something I've always wanted to do, and I'm super stoked and very excited for this. So we're going to be participating in the Blue Water Rendezvous, which is a gathering of a bunch of owners at a resort for a couple days. It's going to be a ton of fun. So we just finished grabbing all the rods and everything out of the truck. I got all of my stuff. Yeah, it looks like a ton, but half of this is camera gear, and we are going to start loading up the boat, meet up with Ken and Kelly, and we are going to be pushing off, heading down south to Stewart Inlet, where we are going to be departing with all of the other boats. All right, we are off a little bit later than we were hoping, and we're actually going to be shooting out of the Fort Pierce Inlet, our hometown inlet there today, but we are absolutely loaded down on the 25T. We got tons. I mean, this boat has tons of storage, but you can see we're loaded down with food. We got our dive gear. We have a whole bunch of drinks in our cooler. We got tons of rods loaded down, T-top, back in the home console. We got Ken, the owner of Blue Water, here.
Hey guys.
Cabin for the day. Here's our home station.
We're about an hour late leaving. Took a little longer to load up the boat, but we got about 100 miles to the west end of the Bahamas from where we are right now. And we just got reports it's about 1 to 2 feet, a little choppy, but hopefully it clears up, but it should be a nice run over. Weather seems decent.
Sweet. Yeah, we're stoked. We got Kelly back here, wife and also owner of Blue Water. As you can see, we're all loaded back down here. We got ice in the insulated cooler boxes. It's an absolute beautiful morning out here. Let's shoot out Fort Pierce Inlet. Next stop, the Bahamas. We have made it to the Bahamas, and here is the Blue Marlin resort that we're going to be staying at. Absolutely beautiful. We're in about 50 feet of water. Look, you can see straight down. That is incredible. I was taking a look at the charts on the way. We have a Seymour Bahamas chart, and there's some really good structure around here, so really looking forward to the bottom fishing. But now that we're actually here in the Bahamian waters, we're gonna have to hang up our yellow flag we have over here. Just gonna zip tie it up, and we're gonna go check in at customs. What'd you think about the ride, Ken?
It was a little rougher than I thought it was going to be. Probably got into some 3 and 4 footers pretty close together. We were trying to keep it between 30 and 35. The last hour we got a little faster than that, so I think we made it in about 3 hours. So
yeah,
not
still probably
bad.
3 hours.
Yeah, the boat ran great, so I was real happy with that, and wasn't too bumpy for Kelly on the beanbag.
Got the flag hung up, ready to go check in. crossing 100 miles from the Fort Pierce Inlet all the way to West End, Bahamas, the first thing you typically do is check into customs. Now, because this was a group event, they actually called ahead to the customs office there and they met us at the resort. That way there wasn't 20 something boats all coming at the same time having to go to their little marina. Everybody just went straight to the resort and checked in at customs at the resort, which was super cool. Now, typically, when you check into customs in a foreign country, only one person is going to be getting off the boat. That's because you don't want a lot of people who are not supposed to be in the country or not from the country running around, you know, doing things. You got to check in first. So one person is typically the one that does it. But since this was an event, it was at a resort, they were a lot more relaxed with the rules, and everybody just kind of got off the boat when they arrived. Now, after checking into customs, unloading the boat and all of our stuff, we switched our flag over from the yellow flag over to the Bahamian courtesy flag, which is what you actually end up flying for the rest of the time that you're in the Bahamas. So we packed up our stuff, headed out, not too far, to do a little bit of deep driving. You know, it's pretty crazy, and we talked about it while we were there in the Bahamas, is that we crossed 100 miles in the ocean there, 100 miles back. We did not see a single weed line the whole time. We saw no birds in the middle of the ocean, no debris, nothing, because we were kind of planning on doing a little bit of mahi fishing on the way and on the way back out, or the way in and the way out, and we saw no life out there, so unfortunately no mahi fishing was done this week. Well, we attempted to do a little bit of deep dropping today. Didn't have a ton of success, but we really just wanted to get out of the water. Me, Ken, and Kelly have never deep dropped on our own before. We've both done it with people who have done it, but we're not experts in it, so we ended up getting a queen snapper, which was pretty cool on one of our first drops, so that's pretty cool. But this right here was just a short crossing video I wanted to make for you guys, showing our experience crossing from Florida to the Bahamas. Now, the next episode of our Bahamian journey here is going to be fishing related. So we fished for 5 days straight here in the Bahamas, or I guess 4 more days. So that's going to be all in the next episode, including going out fishing with Land Shark Outdoors, Victor and Brooke from Land Shark. They own a blue water as well, and we're there at the rendezvous, so I got to go out fishing with them. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, stay tuned. That video is going to be up here very soon. Now, if you guys are interested, I can make a whole entire dedicated video to the essentials to crossing to the Bahamas, everything you need to do the crossing. I could do over the paperwork and can go over the things that are required and like things that we found that were super useful to bring and things we wish we would have brought. If you guys are interested in seeing that kind of video, let me know down in the comments below. Boat's cleaned up, ready to go for tomorrow's adventure, but we're going to go ahead and wrap up today's crossing the Bahamas adventure, something I've always wanted to do. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you guys did, make sure you guys hit the like button and definitely consider subscribing down below. I'm going to go ahead and link another video on the left side of the screen. I think you guys will like that as well. Thank you guys for watching. Until our next video, remember to keep living salty.